If you think you need this huge video budget to even stand a chance in advertising today, well, you might want to think again. We're going to break down 7 super simple static ad styles that are, believe it or not, absolutely crushing it, sometimes even outperforming crazy expensive videos for massive brands. All right, let's dive in. So, in a world that is completely obsessed with video, the good old static image ad can feel like a dinosaur, right? I mean, we see brands throwing their entire marketing budgets at these big, flashy video productions. But what if I told you that might actually be a huge mistake? Yeah, no way are they dead. In fact, some of these static ad styles are winning precisely because they're not video. They cut right through all that noise. So we're going to break down 7 of these really powerful formats, and I promise you can literally start using them the second this is over. Okay, first up, let's talk about the ads that have one job, and one job only: stopping the scroll. We're talking about pure visual impact here, something that makes a person's thumb just freeze mid-flick. First on the list is the grid style, and I guarantee you've seen this one all over the place, especially from e-commerce brands. It looks deceptively simple, right? You just line up your products, or maybe different variations of one product, into a nice, clean grid. But why does it work so well? So here's the deal. In a social media feed that's just an endless stream of single photos, a structured grid like this is a total pattern interrupt. It immediately snags your eye. Plus, our brains just love order, so it's super easy to process in like half a second. It's honestly perfect for showing off a whole collection, announcing a big sale, or just claiming more screen real estate to make your point. All right, next up is one of my personal favorites, the ugly ad. Now, this doesn't actually mean it's badly designed. Not at all. It's about making ads that look raw and unpolished, kind of like a screenshot from a friend instead of a slick corporate advertisement. The power here is all about authenticity. It just feels real, not corporate. And that builds trust almost instantly. But, and this is a big but, there's a fine line between authentically ugly and just, well, plain bad. So 2 quick rules to follow. First, you still need a clear visual hierarchy. Your main message and call to action have to be super obvious. And second, here's a pro tip for you. Lean into nostalgia. Think early internet vibes, like Microsoft Paint or that old school clip art. It creates this immediate and often pretty funny connection. Okay, so we've seen how powerful images can be for stopping the scroll. But what happens when the words themselves become the main visual? Let's get into some text-based ads that grab attention in a totally different way. This brings us to the written note style. You've definitely seen the classic Post-it note ad, but the real genius is when you get more creative. Picture a message scrawled in lipstick on a bathroom mirror, or scratched onto a banana, or, yeah, even written on a roll of toilet paper. And here is the absolute key to making this work. The medium is the message. The thing you write on has to be totally in context. An ad for a window cleaner that's written in the dirt on a window, you get it instantly. The more your visual and your message click together, the more powerful the ad is going to be. All right, next up is a style that pretty much every marketing guru will tell you to never, ever do: the wall of text. This one basically takes the keep it short and sweet rulebook, throws it out the window, and just goes all in on long-form copy right there in the ad creative. So when on earth would you use this? Well, it's actually perfect for a couple of situations. First, for really complex products that just need a bit more explaining. And second, for audiences that don't even realize they have a problem yet. By taking the time to educate them and tell a really compelling story right up front, you build a massive amount of trust and position yourself as the authority before they've even seen your product. For our third and final section, we're diving into ads that tap into simple but incredibly powerful psychological triggers to demand our attention and get us to act. First up in this category, incoming notifications. This style is so clever. It mimics the alerts that are constantly popping up on our phones. An incoming call screen, a text message bubble, or maybe an airdrop request. The psychology behind this is just so potent. Our brains are literally hardwired to respond to these things. So when we see one, even in an ad, it feels personal and triggers this little dopamine hit. It immediately puts us in a high alert state and makes us pay attention. It's a reflex we just can't switch off. Next is a true classic, the comparison table. This is the ultimate visual for any us versus them message. And in today's crowded markets, it's more important than ever. This ad is for that savvy customer who's already doing their research and weighing their options. A comparison table just does all the heavy lifting for them.
It cuts through the marketing fluff, tackles their biggest objections head-on, and makes the decision to choose you feel super logical and easy. It's pure, simple persuasion. And for our final style, another one that will probably work forever is the classic before and after. It's one of the most direct, straightforward ways to show a real transformation.
The core message here couldn't be any simpler. It works. And in a world where consumers are more skeptical than ever, showing visual proof is your absolute best weapon. You're showing people, not just telling them, the result they can get, which makes the benefit of your product feel real and totally believable. Okay, so we've gone through 7 really powerful ad styles. You could go out and try any of them right now. But if you just go and copy the format, you're missing the single most important piece of the puzzle. There's a secret ingredient that ties all of this together. This right here, this is everything. The style of the ad, that's just the shiny car. But the engine that actually drives the results, that's the message. You could have the most creative ad in the history of the world, but if the message doesn't connect with your audience, it's going absolutely nowhere. So, what do I mean when I say core message? It's that one single, powerful idea that makes your audience sit up and think, wow, they totally get me. It has to speak directly to their biggest pain point or their deepest desire. It's the emotional heart of your ad. This workflow, this is the real secret sauce for scaling your creative. You start by finding that one powerful core message. Once you've nailed that down, you can plug it into all the different styles we've talked about. That same message can become a grid ad, a comparison ad, or a before and after. See, this is how you move from just guessing to having a real system for creating ads that consistently win. So the next time you sit down to create an ad, fight that urge to ask, which style should I use? Instead, start with this question right here. Because when you find the answer to that, you're not just making an ad anymore. You're making a connection. And that is what gets results.